This presentation will review eligibility for Iowa's Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or the IDEA Part C system, known as Early Access. This presentation will review early access eligibility and qualifying diagnosed conditions, show where to find the Iowa Early Access Diagnosed Conditions Eligibility List on the Iowa Family Support Network website, and review instructions for using the list and submitting diagnosed conditions to be included in the list. Eligibility for early access is stated in Iowa's Administrative Rules for Early Access, which have been in existence since 2005. An infant or toddler may be eligible for early access based on a confirmed diagnosed physical or mental condition, a 25% delay in an area of development, or the informed clinical opinion of evaluators. A child is eligible for early access if he or she has a diagnosed physical or mental condition that has a high probability of resulting in delays in cognitive, physical, communication, social, emotional, or adaptive development. Examples of qualifying diagnosed conditions that infants and toddlers may have that have a high probability of later delay include but are not limited to conditions such as chromosomal abnormalities, genetic or congenital disorders, inborn errors of metabolism, sensory impairments, disorders reflecting disturbance of the development of the nervous system, and disorders secondary to exposure to toxic substances, including fetal alcohol syndrome. Early access staff must review medical records to confirm the child has a diagnosed physical or mental condition. Iowa's early access eligibility includes children born less than 32 weeks gestation, children with a very low birth weight of 1,500 grams, children with a diagnosed blood lead level of 20 micrograms per deciliter, and children with diagnosed hearing loss. Some children with a diagnosed physical or mental condition may not exhibit developmental delays at the time of referral to early intervention. These children are eligible for services. For children with these conditions, early access will partner with the family to help them understand the health condition and special needs of the child and provide support and resources to enhance learning and development. All states that receive IDEA Part C funds are required to serve children that have a diagnosed physical or mental condition with a high probability of resulting in developmental delay. In the past, Iowa used a database developed by Early Intervention Colorado. Now, Iowa has its own list that was adapted from Colorado's established condition database, but includes additional conditions that have been reviewed for early access eligibility based on Iowa's administrative rules and information on physical and mental conditions. A link to Iowa's Early Access Diagnosed Conditions Eligibility List can be found on the Iowa Family Support Network website under Information for Parents and Family and Referral Sources. When you open the link to the Iowa Early Access Diagnosed Conditions Eligibility List, you will come to the Instructions tab. This explains how to search for a condition, where eligibility is listed, and how to submit conditions to be reviewed. To see the list, you will need to click on the Diagnosed Conditions tab located here at the bottom of the screen. When you are in the list, there are three main columns. The first column includes the most common name of the condition. Additional names and information are in the middle column. For example, there are several types of cerebral palsy that are listed as being eligible for early access. Eligibility information is in the third column. Diagnosed conditions that are automatically eligible for early access are listed as yes. A child with a diagnosis of cerebral palsy is automatically eligible for early access. Diagnosed conditions that are not automatically eligible for early access are listed as no. Cleft lip is not automatically eligible for early access. In this example, additional information about eligibility for cleft palate is included in the third column. Cleft palate is automatically eligible for early access services up to 1 year after the repair operation. This means a child referred to early access diagnosed with cleft palate does not need a full evaluation. The team can move to assessment. The list is in alphabetical order by the medical diagnosis name. Conditions with numbers at the beginning are listed first. The list will always show column headers as you scroll through the list. To search for a specific word, use the Find function in the Edit tab on the toolbar, or use the Control F function. To look for a specific condition, type it in the Find field. Select Find to continue to search within the current list. Cells containing the specific word or condition will be highlighted. If using Control F, the arrows move to additional cells with the condition or word in the search. In this example, there are several types of muscular dystrophy listed. For diagnosed conditions not listed, please submit as a question about the diagnosis through early access procedures. The link is provided in the Instructions tab. The condition will be reviewed by Child Health Specialty Clinic's medical staff and added to the list with a corresponding result of yes or no. If a child has a diagnosed condition that is not listed, they should still be referred, screened, and or evaluated for developmental delays through early access. If there are questions about a diagnosed condition and the potential impact it may have on development, email Child Health Specialty Clinic's Early Access Liaison. If you have questions regarding early access eligibility, contact the Regional Early Access Liaison within your area education agency. If you have other questions related to early access procedures, submit a question online through Questions About EA Procedures, located on the Iowa Family Support Network and the Iowa IDEA web pages. Thank you for viewing this presentation.